Welcome and thank you for joining us on this Saturday. It is September 16th. I'm Katrina Smith. Meteorologist Eric Gage is standing by in the Weather Center on this cool fall-like morning. Everybody wants to break out their flannels, I think.
Yeah, I woke up and as I walked outside, it was definitely, I would say...
Not quite brisk.
Not quite, but it was enough to put on a sweatshirt and a light jacket. I was just cold enough for that, too. And also, I woke up as well, noticing a little bit darker out, too. The daylight's slowly...
And you want to bring that bad news to us. Well, we'll call it preparing. You're preparing us.
Preparing for the lowering daylight. So here's a sunrise today, 6:41, sunset 7:09. Next week, sunset goes before 7 p.m. 2 weeks from now, daylight is less than nighttime, only 11 hours, 47 minutes of daylight, and next month, only 11 total hours. We have a sunrise of 7:15, sunset of 6:16. So again, sunset before 7 p.m. next week, longer night than day in the next 2 weeks. Temperatures 50 degrees, still very low humidity, nice fall-like weather today, aside from high-level clouds from the remnants of Hurricane Lee, which, as you heard earlier, is a post-tropical cyclone. No impacts here locally aside from clouds and a decent breeze from the north. And for today, high temperatures climbing up into the upper 60s to low 70s. Faded sunshine from those clouds. We're also talking about what to expect for the entire weekend coming up. Back to you, Katrina.
Thank you, Eric. Forecasters saying...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. It'd be perfectly blue skies today if it were not for what's left of Hurricane Lee making landfall just off of Nova Scotia this afternoon. You can actually see a lot of the clouds this morning. Here, look at our Nexus camera to the west, as you can see right here. Gorgeous blue skies, but to the east, a blanket of cirrus clouds. That'll be the story for most of today until the remnants of a post-tropical storm Lee will gradually move its way north and east with the clouds moving outside of our area. Things are quiet and no rainfall is expected today, as that system again is still staying well east of our area. But still, cloud cover will be the main story for today, as well as some breezy conditions, as the pressure gradient from here, the center of the storm, all the way out to here is still strong enough to produce wind speeds upwards of 10 to 15 miles per hour. In fact, our weather grades across the board today, starting out with that patchy sunshine, temperatures already in the low to mid 50s, only warming up into the upper 60s to low 70s by this afternoon. Again, those breezy conditions of 10 to 15 mile per hour winds from the north as this system continues to move east. And weather grades, faded sunshine with those clouds today. Clouds throughout the early afternoon. Sunshine, though, will peak out closer to this evening as that system departs to the east. And looking at our weekend forecast, dry weather today, mostly cloudy skies, temperatures climbing up into the upper 60s to low 70s. Another dry day for the most part tomorrow, with rain showers possible later on in the day as a trough moves in from the west. And so look at our skycast for today. A cool start, a mixture of sunshine and clouds to start out your day today as well, as that hurricane, what's left of the hurricane, continues its way to the east. Sunshine peaks out, temperatures climb up into the upper 60s to low 70s. Clear skies tonight, lows falling down into the 40s once again, and then partly to mostly cloudy skies tomorrow as our next weather system arrives between 4 to 8 p.m., bringing with it some light rain, nothing major. That'll push through by early Monday morning, and then showers will become spotty by the afternoon Monday with mostly cloudy skies. And so for today, faded sunshine, highs in the upper 60s to low 70s, a bit breezy as well. Still fall-like weather with low humidity. Tonight, lows down into the 40s with mostly clear skies. Our 7-day forecast, rain showers only really arriving for Sunday night and into Monday, and maybe some lake effect for parts of Tuesday. Dry weather moves in once again for Wednesday, lasting Thursday, Friday, and into next weekend. And our trivia question, how do birds know which direction to fly?
Maybe it's the sounds. B.
This was hard to give a correct answer to, so I won't knock you if
So I'm
it was
right,
that.
even if I'm wrong, is what you're saying.
It's unique vision, but there's a lot of debated research on this, and what I've read up on it is they have certain.
Wait, how long have you been reading about this?
I was
Researching.
I was looking at this morning for about an hour. I was looking into this a lot. Apparently what they have a special chemical they're detecting in their eyes that allows them to see the magnetic field of the Earth, and they can steer their direction of where they're going to go.
Based on the magnetic field of the Earth.
Yeah, and it's still not 100% proven. It's hard to see what birds see. You know, you
Yeah.
can't just see someone else's sight, but
I'm going to go with they're feeling that magnetic field with the vibrations or something in their ears.
it could be. But it's really complicated. It's pretty interesting too. If you
That
wanna read
is
up on it.
interesting.
Yeah.
I think after the news today, Eric's probably going to be reading more about that.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Eric. All right, switching gears now. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend Today. I'm Katrina Smith. Meteorologist Eric Gage is over in the Weather Center, not just tracking birds, tracking what's going on outside too.
Yep, tracking
I'm just
birds.
teasing you. You were so excited about the trivia question with the migration of the birds. But
Well,
tell
this
us
actually
about this.
inspired the trivia question too,
Yes.
because this morning I was looking at the radar. I wanted to see how far east the rain has gone. So looking at the radar right now, the rainfall is still east of our area. That's the green out here. And you're probably noticing as well these little bubbles popping up here on the radar as well as this little stretch down here. These are actually birds coming off their roosts and flying, in this case, flying south. In this case, flying out from just east of Geneva. So not only does the radar pick up rain, it also picks up birds and any other insects as well if things are quiet. Regarding post-tropical cyclone Lee, it will still continue its way through to Nova Scotia and into the northern Atlantic. No impact here locally aside from cloud cover, as you can see right now, as well as slightly breezy conditions between winds of 10 to 15 miles per hour. So for today, though, faded sunshine, highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Dry weather continues tonight and early tomorrow. We're tracking our next chance of rainfall coming up. Back to you, Katrina.
Thank you so much, Eric. The Lily
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Faded sunshine is expected today as the cloud cover from the remnants of Hurricane Lee will be over our area. You can see it right here on our Nexus camera. Perfect blue skies to the west, but if you notice to the east, increasing high-level cirrus clouds, which will be the story for the morning and early afternoon. This does gradually clear out by this evening. And besides cloud cover and a decent breeze from the north, things are quiet and expected to remain quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 dot for the radar. The westernmost extent of the rain showers are currently in Vermont and the Hudson Valley at this point. We're on the clock today regarding temperatures, starting out on the cool side in the low to even mid 50s, warming up into the upper 60s to low 70s by this afternoon and this evening. Wind speeds a bit breezy, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds coming from the north, so again it'll feel very fall-like today. And weather grades, decreasing clouds this evening with sunshine peeking through closer to sunset. So even though we got cloud cover, still expect it to be a very nice day with low humidity. You want to spend time outside. Along with that too, we have another great viewing of the ISS tonight. It'll be tonight around 8:11, visible for about 7 minutes. It will move along the sky fairly quickly. You should be able to notice it pretty obviously. It's be bright and moving across the sky from the west to the southwest and disappears to the northeast. And as again, it's pretty high up, so it's very, very good visibility for tonight. And look at our weekend forecast. Again, today, temperatures climbing up in the upper 60s to low 70s, low humidity. Those clouds in the morning and early afternoon slowly come to an end by this evening. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. Rain showers possible late from a trough arriving from the west. And as you can see right here, this is the current setup. Those clouds currently from what's left of Hurricane Lee out here. Sunshine in the western part of our area and to the farther to the west. Another system, that is a trough that will bring us some rain showers possible by tomorrow evening. And so to our skycast, that cloud cover for the most part this morning, gradually coming to an end this evening as sunshine moves through by 5 to 6 p.m. Highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Overnight lows falling into the 40s once more. Increasing clouds with partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. And then by tomorrow evening between 4 to 8 p.m. is our next chance of seeing some rain showers that will linger into early Monday morning as showers start to become more spotty by the afternoon on Monday. And so for today, faded sunshine, highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Tonight, mostly clear, lows down into the 40s. Our 7-day forecast, unsettled weather returns Sunday night into Monday and parts of Tuesday. We gradually dry out Wednesday for another nice stretch of weather lasting through next weekend. And our trivia question, when was the earliest time snowfall was measured here in Utica?
Kind of skipping a season here on us, aren't you?
Yeah, well, it's only because it happened in September. So
I was
when
trying
these
to
are
get
right,
you to say the day that it happened. Let's go with B, the 20th.
it was a day, but it wasn't the first.
Oh, so the first was the 12th. It would have
The
to
first
be.
was the 12th.
Thanks for the hint.
Yeah, and we were looking at this a little more, and temperatures that day were in the 40s and 50s, started out in the 30s.
Oof.
And so our
So
thoughts
it didn't
are,
stick, did it?
yeah, our thoughts are it was a like a lake effect pattern, and it was more grapple than snow. So
Right.
that kind of like the sticky ice that falls
So-
apart. And it was 1985. September 20th was 1956, and September 30th, all these were times happened in September, was 1992. That was
Oh,
the
no
most
kidding.
recent.
So you might remember that. No?
No, I'm too young for that.
A little bit old now. We're going to go on to the next story because I don't want to talk about our age. With the cooler weather here to stay, only entering hoodie and flannel season here in central New York, fall foliage season is upon us. The fiery reds, the oranges, they mean lots of green in Old Forge cash registers. Leaf peeping is a huge tourism boost. The head of Old Forge Tourism answers the million-dollar question for us.
People always say, when is peak? Well, peak is really a period of time, about a week long, and that's usually the first week in October. And that's perfect for us because right now, in the second half of September, everything is open, leaves are changing.
Want to see the changing leaves from the Fulton chain of lakes to the high peaks of Lake Placid without ever leaving your seat? Well, Farmer recommends the Macaulay Mountain Chairlift. Time now is 9:48. Coming up, Friday was National Red Panda Day. We'll introduce you to the endangered species and show you where you can find one right here in our area.
Now for First Look's forecast. Tonight at 6, we're joined by meteorologist Eric Gage. The high-level clouds from Hurricane Lee moved out. Crystal clear skies.
It's a great day to have football game.
Yeah,
Low
it sure
humidity,
was.
that crisp fall air. That's the best feeling ever to have an outdoor
Yeah, it is.
Saturday football game. And
It absolutely
yeah,
is.
the clouds did move out. Things are quiet right now. Plenty of sunshine. The only thing still sticking around from the hurricane are the breezy conditions. Being right around 15-mile-per-hour winds from the west at this point. Temperatures ranging in the mid to upper 60s to as high as a low 70s this afternoon. Still very low humidity with dew points in the 40s. And of course, plenty of sunshine. Things are quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. And for tonight, lows will fall down into the 40s. Open the windows if you want, but as we head into the early overnight or late overnight hours, I'm going to close those windows because it will get a tad bit chilly out there. And again, lows falling into the 40s, mostly clear skies. For tomorrow, increasing clouds. Our next chance of rain showers arriving tomorrow night. But first, though, we have a look at what to expect for tonight, plus the possibility of seeing the ISS flyby coming up. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you very much, Eric. State Senator.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good evening and welcome back. We're still looking at beautiful skies out there this evening with temperatures hovering in the upper 60s to low 70s. And on top of that as well, low humidity. It's been a fantastic day. Here's a live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. Again, gorgeous blue skies, perfect outdoor weather today. A bit breezy though from what is the pressure gradient of Hurricane Lee, which is now a post-tropical cyclone. Still no impacts here locally beside that cloud cover that has since moved its way east outside of our area. And so again, things are dry in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Temperatures currently across central New York in the upper 60s to low 70s. 67 Mohawk, Barneveld, and Boonville. 68 degrees in Curtis Corners. And to the south, temperatures in the 60s to 70s, 61 degrees in Milford, 64 Westford, 68 in Eaton, and 70 degrees up in Whitesboro. Thing to catch tonight with the clear skies, another flyby of the ISS. Tonight, though, it'll be visible slightly longer, about 3 minutes longer than last night. It starts right around 8:11 p.m., lasts again for 7 minutes, starts out in the west-southwest sky, disappears to the northeast, and still pretty high up in the sky as well. And along with that, too, a viewing of the planets tonight as well. Looking at their visibility forecast, clear skies up until around 4 to 5 a.m. as clouds begin to increase. Mercury not visible, Venus after 3:30 but still very faint. Mars will be difficult if not impossible to see. However, Jupiter and Saturn will be very bright in the sky. Jupiter after 9:10 from the east-northeast sky, and Saturn after 6:30 and will be very bright closer to midnight tonight. And look at our chance of rain outlook. Things are dry for now, dry overnight and dry for early tomorrow morning. However, as we approach the evening hours between 4 and 8 p.m. tomorrow night, a weak trough from the west will bring with it the chance for light but nothing major rain showers that will continue into the early morning hours Monday as showers become more scattered and disorganized throughout the day. And regarding rainfall, again, not much expected. Rainfall totals ranging between trace amounts to even a quarter-inch maximum. And you notice the heavier rainfall rates are generally south and east of Utica. Some areas, in fact, in western Oneida County and northern Herkimer County might not even see any rain at all. And so the bigger picture, what is currently left of Hurricane Lee is moving its way through parts of Maine and into Nova Scotia. Here locally, things are dry, but our next weather maker is currently out here towards Michigan at this point. And in the near-term forecast on our Skycast tonight, overnight lows cooling down very quickly into the 40s. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow, increasing clouds throughout the morning and afternoon. And then closer to 4 to 8 p.m., that disturbance moves through, bringing in some scattered light rain showers. Again, nothing major. And that will slowly come to an end by early Monday morning as rain showers become more scattered and disorganized throughout the day. And so for tonight, lows down into the 40s, mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, looking at mostly cloudy skies, temperatures climbing up into the low 70s. Our 7-day forecast, rain showers returning tomorrow night into early Monday, and then on and off rain showers for Monday and Tuesday, drying out Wednesday, and beautiful weather returns between Wednesday and Saturday, hopefully Sunday by next weekend.
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Now, a post-tropical cyclone, Lee continues to churn hurricane-strength winds while delivering rainfall to parts of southeastern New England and Canada. According to the National Hurricane Center, Lee, which was a Category 1 earlier today, is still expected to impact the region despite the status change. Ron Kirkpatrick has the latest.
Despite being downgraded to a post-tropical cyclone, Lee is battering the New England coast and parts of Canada. The most significant impacts on the U.S. are the possibility of some coastal flooding and tropical storm force winds churning in coastal New England, particularly Maine and Massachusetts, where states of emergency have been declared.
We did have some significant wind gusts, especially towards the outer Cape, but we haven't seen any major damage. We have had some trees down, some utility lines down, and we were very fortunate in that we didn't face major coastal erosion.
Despite being hundreds of miles from the East Coast, hurricane-strength winds could be felt up to 140 miles from Lee's center.
Ocean's always interesting. Monday it was calm as can be, beautiful out here, and now you can see what it looks like.
In addition to ferocious winds, Lee could also unleash up to 6 inches of rain in far northern Maine on Saturday, while other coastal states are at risk of seeing heavy precipitation. Boston's Logan International Airport saw more than 200 flight cancellations as of Saturday afternoon, according to the flight tracking website FlightAware. And more than 200,000 people are without power, stretching from New England to Canada.
Right now, we're worried about additional power outages, limbs down, especially as folks head out.
Officials in New Brunswick, Canada, cautioned residents to prepare for more power outages and to stock up on food and medication for at least 72 hours as they encouraged people to stay indoors. I'm Rob Kirkpatrick reporting.
A new study in the Journal of Geophysical Research Planets found that a spacecraft left.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good evening and welcome back. Clear skies at this point right now and expected to remain mostly clear overnight, with temperatures slowly falling into the 40s across central New York. Here's a live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. Still quiet conditions. Again, it was beautiful weather to go out and view the Starlink satellites, the ISS, as well as planets. I'll get into that in just a minute as well. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Of course, quiet across central New York for now. And we'll expect to be remaining dry for tonight, early tomorrow, and tomorrow afternoon. That's when rain chances do slowly start to increase. Excuse me. Local temperatures this evening in the 50s right now in the valley. 53 Little Falls, 51 Westmoreland, 52 in Big Moose, slowly falling into the 40s in those higher elevations. Taking a look at the southern valleys too. 46 Norwich, 47 Sherburne, as well as 46 degrees in Skenevis, 51 in Cooperstown. A look at our planet viewing forecast for tonight. Aside from those of you that saw the ISS and the Starlink satellite, still some other things to check out tonight too as well. Saturn also very high up in the sky at this point. It rose right around 6:30, reaching the peak of the viewing area by 11:30. And so if you look up to, I think roughly around the south, you could be seeing this very bright as it slowly becomes more and more faint throughout the year. And around the clock regarding temperatures for tomorrow, starting out on the cool side in the upper 40s to low 50s, warming up into the upper 60s to low 70s by 3 to 4 p.m. Wind speeds as the post-tropical cyclone Lee continues to depart to the northeast. No longer influenced by that, calm winds are expected for tomorrow. And sunshine, partly sunny skies to the start of tomorrow as well. However, clouds start to increase as a next weather system approaches from the west. And this is what we mean in terms of our rainfall for the next few days. Still dry for tonight and into the early parts of tomorrow, but after 5 p.m., those rain chances start to increase and remain scattered to probable throughout the overnight hours, with rainfall accumulations ranging anywhere from trace amounts to as high as a quarter inch of rainfall. Nothing major, but this is a system here that will be impacting us by tomorrow evening. This weak moving trough over here to the west. And in more detail on our Skycast for tonight and tomorrow. Again, overnight lows falling into the 40s area wide, increasing clouds tomorrow afternoon, warming up into the upper 60s to low 70s. Between 5 to 8 p.m., that's when clouds start to produce maybe a few light sprinkles that will become more steady overnight into early Monday morning. After that, rain showers become more spotty and disorganized by Monday afternoon. with a few lingering rain showers into Monday evening. And so for tonight, lows falling into the 40s, mostly clear skies, increasing clouds tomorrow, highs approaching the upper 60s to low 70s. Our 7-day forecast, only notable real chance for rain for the next 7 days appears to be tomorrow night, lingering to Monday and parts of Tuesday. Wednesday starts to dry up with sunshine lingering for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.